For the first time in a decade, Victoria real estate sees over 1,000 new listings in January. What does it mean for you? Buyer's market? Seller's market? The data says neither really. Balanced market? Prices aren't crashing, but they're not soaring either. Is this the mid-market or a balanced market? Multiple offers still happening on some homes. Interest rates have been trending down, but will they get even lower? Tariffs loom. How will this impact your next big purchase? Global markets react. What could this mean for interest rates? Maybe we should wait. Why some buyers are hesitating while others are jumping in. Rental rule changes, how they're impacting the market. Mortgage rates, market shifts, and strategic buys. What's the move? If you are thinking about making a move in real estate, whether it's buying or selling, or simply just weighing up your options, there's a few things to think about. And that is why I am here to provide you with regular Victoria real estate market updates. Our selling season here is right around the corner. Every year, our market follows this kind of seasonal pattern where the number of sales that we see start to really pick up in the month of March and April, with the peak number of sales typically happening in the month of May. June is typically another strong month before things quieten down over the summer. People take off, they enjoy the beach, they enjoy the sunshine, and they're not really thinking about real estate as much. Places still sell in the summertime, but it tends to be really serious, very motivated buyers that are shopping at that time. So it's actually not necessarily a bad time to also have your listing up, but we just generally don't see as much activity during the summer months. Many of those homes that we see sell during that busy spring period are actually coming to the market around this time. So they started coming to market at the end of January, February, March, and then they're starting to really see those sales take over March, April, May, and June. So if you're someone who has been thinking about selling your home this year, now is the time to really be giving that some serious thought, because our season is coming. So this January, we had 1,000 new listings hit the market, which is actually really positive news for our market. More listings means more options for buyers. It also does mean more competition for you as a seller, if that is what you're thinking about doing, but most sellers are buyers. They're selling to buy something else. So it still is a positive thing for our overall market. It gives sellers more options, it gives buyers more options, and it just creates this more balanced state to our market. Overall, our prices have been fairly stable. There are some market segments though that have taken a little bit of a hit, like the downtown condo market. I was also looking at condo prices in Oak Bay yesterday, and they are down about 7% since a year ago. So that pocket has taken a little bit of a hit, but that means that there's maybe some opportunities out there for you as a buyer if you are open to entering into the condo market. And I mentioned this in my last video, but I think it's important to reiterate that sometimes you'll read an article, and even for me, you read these articles that are put out by the real estate board and they'll say things like, the market's stable, it's balanced, pricing stable. But you really can't paint the market with this wide brush stroke. It really is very dependent on so many different factors, between what neighborhood a property is located in, what type of property it is, how many bedrooms, is it move-in ready? All of that kind of stuff plays into how that independent micro market is actually moving at any given point. And the Oak Bay market is moving very, very differently than the downtown market right now, or the Langford market, or the Bear Mountain market. So these are things that I can really give more insight into. If you are a buyer or a seller and you have some interest in doing something, I'd be happy to hop on a call with you or share some information with you via email about the most relevant information to you, because there is so much information out there and it can all be overwhelming if you're trying to really break it down in these videos independently. But I'm here to help you with what you need, so please don't hesitate to reach out. Inventory levels are looking a little bit better with this increase in new listings we saw in January. Interest rates are moving in a positive direction. They've been trending downwards. I think that it seems like we're maybe expecting a few more rate cuts depending on how other factors play out, but we'll see how that all pans out in the next couple of months. I think that consumer confidence has been regained, at least buyer confidence anyways, thinking that interest rates are probably getting towards the bottom of their low. And that is generating some buyers to feel confident in making moves into the market and writing offers in the market. I'm working with quite a few different buyers at the moment, quite a few different relocation buyers, some from Vancouver, some from Ontario, some from California as well at the moment. And yeah, they're feeling good about transitioning into their next home here in Victoria. Overall, I think things are shaping up to be a really positive spring market. I think it's going to be a robust market. I think that we're going to see more sales this year than we have the last couple of years. And that's great. I like to be busy. Also, for any parents out there, this is the best thing ever. If you have not heard of it, you've probably been living under a rock. It is called the Yodo, and it's kind of the equivalent of like our CD players that we used to listen to or our tape players, but this is a little card and it has stories on it, and Aiden just pops it into his little player here, and then he can change the tune. There's different cards on potty training. We got the bedtime story one with Elmo the other day. He's loving that. Now, as for pricing, the benchmark price for a single family home in the Victoria Core in January 2024 was $1,252,200. Now, the benchmark value for the same home in January 2025 increased by 2.8% to $1,287,200. So just a small increase there of 2.8%. The benchmark price for a condo in the Victoria Core area in January 2024 was $551,900, while the benchmark price value for the same condominium in January 2025 decreased by 0.7% to $548,100. So that's kind of a generalization about our Victoria Core area, but it really doesn't tell the whole story. Like I was saying before, there are definitely pockets that have taken a bit more of a hit, especially in the condo market sector, where townhouses, as an overall statement, townhouses and single family homes have seen more improvements in prices. As for other things going on in the world, there is obviously so much going on out there, so much news, so many things to think about and consider if you're thinking about buying or selling. And I know that some of my seller and buyer clients are kind of thinking, you know, how will all of these things play out? How could it impact the market? If tariffs come into play, you know, how does all of this shake out? And there was a release, an email that we got from the BC Real Estate Association the other day, and they forecasted that if we did see some of these tariffs come into play, that, you know, things would probably slow down in the real estate sector for the short term, but that we would see them rebound in the later half of the year. Because if tariffs came into play, there's a chance that interest rates might come down further to stimulate the economy. That might help drive more consumers into the market and unleash some pent-up demand. But, you know, I don't know, at the end of the day, nobody really has any idea exactly how any of this is all gonna play out. And I always just fall back on, at the end of the day, you just have to live your life and you have to move forward. And the world's a scary place and any of us could get hit by a bus tomorrow. So yeah, that's kind of the mentality and the approach that I try to take, because these things also do stress me out a little bit on a personal level, but I just have to remind myself to breathe and just focus on all the good things and positive things in our lives. And we are so fortunate here, and we live on an island. There's only so much land. They're not making any more of it. We've got the best climate in Canada, and yeah, pretty desirable place. I think our market's going to be pretty resilient regardless here in BC anyways. Thanks for watching.